Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're addressing a crisis that's silently sweeping across our generation. A crisis so pervasive, yet so overlooked, that it's affecting millions of us every single day. This is the story of burnout. We live in a world that glorifies the hustle, where the pressure to be constantly productive, endlessly available, and perpetually on is greater than ever before. But beneath the surface, many of us are running on empty, struggling to keep up with the demands of a world that never seems to stop. In this video, we're going to explore what burnout really is, how it's creeping into every aspect of our lives, and most importantly, how we can break free from its grip and reclaim our well-being. So let's dive deep into the silent epidemic that's destroying our generation. Burnout isn't just about being tired after a long week. It's a state of chronic physical, emotional, and mental exhaustion. But more than that, burnout is a thief. It steals your joy, your motivation, and your ability to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Originally, burnout was a term reserved for those in high-stress professions like doctors, firefighters, or lawyers. But today, it's become a universal experience. From students who feel overwhelmed by the pressure to succeed, to young professionals drowning in deadlines and parents juggling multiple responsibilities, burnout doesn't discriminate. Imagine waking up every day feeling completely drained, even though you've just slept for 8 hours. Imagine dreading tasks that you once found exciting or feeling disconnected from everyone around you. This is the reality of burnout. It's more than just a bad day or a tough week. It's a state of being that can take months, even years to develop. And once it takes hold, it can be incredibly difficult to shake. But how did we get here? Why has burnout become so widespread? Let's break down the main culprits behind this silent epidemic. First, we've all heard the saying, sleep is for the weak. In today's society, overworking has been glorified to the point where exhaustion is seen as a badge of honor. The idea that you must constantly be busy, constantly be achieving, has become ingrained in our collective psyche. And while this drive for success can be motivating, it also sets us up for inevitable burnout. After all, how long can you run at full speed before you collapse? Next, we have. In a world where our phones are never more than a few inches away, we're constantly bombarded with information. Emails, social media updates, news alerts. It's a never-ending stream of content demanding our attention. This perpetual state of connectivity means that the lines between work and personal life have blurred to the point where many of us never truly clock out. And let's not forget the role of social media in all this. We're constantly comparing our lives to others, feeling like we're not doing enough, achieving enough, or simply not enough. Finally, the cost of living is rising, wages are stagnant, and job security feels like a thing of the past. Many of us are working multiple jobs or side gigs just to stay afloat. This constant financial stress adds another layer to the burnout equation as we feel like we're running on a treadmill that's only speeding up. Burnout is more than just a temporary state of exhaustion. When left unchecked, it can have devastating consequences on our physical health, mental well-being, and overall quality of life. Physically, burnout can manifest in a variety of ways. Chronic headaches, gastrointestinal issues, insomnia, and even heart problems can all be linked to prolonged stress. Mentally, the effects are just as severe. Burnout can lead to depression, anxiety, and a deep sense of hopelessness. You may find yourself feeling irritable, disengaged, or emotionally numb, like you're going through the motions without really living. But the impact doesn't stop there. Burnout can also take a toll on your relationships. You might become withdrawn, losing interest in social activities, or find yourself snapping at loved ones over minor issues. It can make you feel isolated, as though no one else understands what you're going through. And when burnout reaches its peak, it can lead to complete breakdowns, forcing you to take extended leave from work, or even causing you to walk away from your career entirely. The worst part? Many people don't realize they're burnt out until it's too late. They push through the fatigue, the stress, the apathy, convincing themselves that they just need to work a little harder, a little longer. But this only accelerates the downward spiral, making recovery even more difficult. The first step in fighting burnout is recognizing it. But how do you know if you're simply stressed, or if you've crossed the line into burnout? Here are some key signs to watch for. Chronic fatigue, feeling tired all the time, even after a full night's sleep. Difficulty concentrating, struggling to focus, make decisions, or complete tasks that used to be easy. Physical symptoms, frequent headaches, stomach issues, muscle tension, or insomnia. Emotional changes, feeling irritable, anxious, or detached from others. Loss of motivation, apathy towards work, hobbies, or life in general. If any of these resonate with you, it's time to take action. Let's walk through some practical steps you can take to start addressing burnout. Step 1. Set boundaries. One of the biggest contributors to burnout is the lack of boundaries between work and personal life. Start by setting clear limits on your work hours, and stick to them. When you're off the clock, turn off work notifications, and focus on activities that help you relax and recharge. Learn to say no when you're overwhelmed, and don't be afraid to delegate tasks when possible. Step 2. Practice self-care. This goes beyond just getting enough sleep or eating well, although those are important too. Self-care means taking time to do things that nourish your mind, body, and soul. Whether it's spending time in nature, meditating, journaling, or pursuing a hobby you love, make self-care a non-negotiable part of your routine. Step 3. Reevaluate your goals. Sometimes burnout is a sign that you're out of alignment with your true goals and values. Take a step back and ask yourself what really matters to you. Are you working towards something that brings you fulfillment, or are you chasing someone else's definition of success? Realigning your life with your core values can help reduce the stress that leads to burnout. Step 4. Seek professional help. There's no shame in asking for help when you need it. If burnout is affecting your mental health, consider talking to a therapist or counselor. They can provide you with tools and strategies to manage stress and recover from burnout. In some cases, medication may be necessary to address underlying issues like depression or anxiety. Preventing burnout isn't just about taking a break when you're exhausted, it's about building a life that's resilient to stress. Here are some strategies to help you create a balanced, fulfilling life that's less susceptible to burnout. Create a sustainable work-life balance. Start by reassessing your workload and priorities. What tasks can you eliminate, delegate, or streamline? Make sure you're carving out time for activities that aren't work-related, whether it's spending time with loved ones, pursuing hobbies, or simply relaxing. Embrace mindfulness. Mindfulness isn't just about meditation, it's about being present in the moment, whatever you're doing. Whether you're eating, walking, or working, try to focus fully on the task at hand without letting your mind wander to the next item on your to-do list. This can help reduce stress and increase your overall sense of well-being. Pursue meaningful goals. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of external markers of success, like promotions, pay raises, or accolades. But true fulfillment comes from pursuing goals that align with your values and bring you a sense of purpose. Take some time to reflect on what truly matters to you and make those things a priority in your life. Cultivate supportive relationships. Having a strong support network can make all the difference in preventing burnout. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you, and don't be afraid to lean on them when you're struggling. Likewise, be there for others. Offering support can be just as rewarding as receiving it. Prioritize rest and play. Rest isn't just about sleep, it's about giving your mind and body a chance to recover and recharge. Make time for activities that bring you joy and relaxation. Whether it's reading a book, going for a hike, or spending time with loved ones. Remember, play is just as important as work. It's what keeps life balanced and enjoyable. Burnout can feel like an insurmountable obstacle, but it's important to remember that recovery is possible. Let's hear from a few individuals who've been through the worst of it and come out the other side stronger. Meet Jessica, a former corporate lawyer who left her high-powered job after realizing that the stress was destroying her health. She now works as a freelance writer and has found joy in the slower pace of life. Then there's Michael, a tech startup founder who burned out after years of working 80-hour weeks. By implementing strict work-life boundaries and prioritizing his physical health, he's not only recovered, but also found a renewed passion for his work. And finally, we have Sophia, A nurse who was on the verge of quitting after the pandemic pushed her to her limits. Through therapy and connecting with a community of fellow healthcare workers, she's found ways to manage the stress and continue in the profession she loves. These stories are a reminder that no matter how deep into burnout you may be, there's always a way out. It's never too late to make changes that will lead to a healthier, happier life. Burnout is a silent epidemic, but it doesn't have to be the end of the story. By recognizing the signs, taking proactive steps to address stress, and making intentional changes to our lives, we can break free from burnout and rediscover what truly matters. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. It's time to stop glorifying the hustle and start prioritizing our health, our happiness, and our well-being. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Share your own experiences with burnout in the comments below. Let's support each other in reclaiming our lives.